let me conclude this segment by reiterating some of the key measures that we will introduce at the start of Phase 3 on the 28th of December. First, social gatherings, we will allow for up to 8 persons, which is an increase from 5 persons today. Second, we will increase the capacity limits of key premises like shopping malls and attractions, as Minister Chan had said just now. Third, we will have larger gatherings in religious organizations of up to 250 persons, or 5 zones of 50, which is an increase from the present 2 zones of 50. We will also allow live performance elements in these places of worship with the necessary safe management measures in place. Fourth, live performances for arts and culture in both indoor and outdoor venues. We will allow for gatherings also of up to 250 persons, and that also is an increase from the present 2 times 50 threshold. These are the moves that we will make at the start of Phase 3. Within Phase 3 itself, we will be prepared to allow for further relaxation of the measures, be it for domestic activities within Singapore or with regard to our control measures at the borders. The approach we will take is to conduct pilots in some of these higher risk activities and settings in order to better understand the risk before we decide to take a further move. At the same time, we will continue to build up our capabilities. For example, with regard to testing, we will roll out and have more pervasive use of rapid antigen tests, particularly for larger scale events. With regard to contact tracing, we will be able to achieve a participation rate of around 70% in our Trace Together program by the end of this year, which is one of the reasons why we are embarking on Phase 3. But we will not stop there. We want to achieve an even higher participation rate, be it through the downloading of the Trace Together app or the distribution of tokens, which will continue throughout all our community centers. So when that process has been completed and everyone has had the chance to either get the app or get a token, we will introduce Trace Together only safe entry, where the safe entry will be allowed only through the use of Trace Together. This has been an exceptional year for all of us. It has been a difficult year. Many people, many unsung heroes have worked very hard round the clock and made tremendous sacrifices in order for us to get here. So on behalf of the Multi-Ministry Task Force, we want to thank everyone for their tremendous contributions to this effort. We are now at a significant milestone and at a new phase of fighting the virus. But all our hard-won gains against COVID-19 will evaporate if we start to relax now. So it is critical for us to keep our guard up, particularly during this final stretch. Also, we know that this is the festive period. The relaxation in Phase 3, particularly the increase in social gatherings from 5 to 8, will allow us to gather in slightly larger numbers. But let's do so responsibly and keep up the good practices that we have cultivated over the past few months. Earlier this year, I said that this fight against COVID-19 was going to be a marathon and not a sprint. Now, we are at the final stretch of the marathon. But remember, this final stretch is still going to be a long one, and it is probably going to be the most difficult part of the race. Or if you want to use a mountain climbing analogy, as Dr. Tan See Leng had suggested, typically you get to base camp, but the final ascent to the summit is the one that is fraught with greatest risk. So we really need to stay disciplined and focused all the way through the end. Let's work together to win this fight against COVID-19 and make 2021 a better, healthier, and safer year for all of us. Thank you.